please silence your cell phone and let's call the meeting to order. The invocation today will be Commissioner Joe Daughtry.
Yes.
Pledge allegiance will be Freeman Hardison. And approval of minutes. All right, on the agenda, Mr. Crumple.
We have one adjustment. We're going to be removing the 9:30 a.m. public hearing. We're still working on those, on that agreement between the county and WCDA, so that we're not ready for public hearing on that. We're rescheduled.
The 9:31.
Yes, sir. Other than that, that's no other adjustments. We go on to special presentations. Will be a presentation by the Board of Elections Director, Annie Risky. Number 2 will be a presentation of the audit by Dana Lane of Nunn Brashear Azell. We will have a 9:15 public hearing for the installment financing agreement or similar financing agreement to finance a new jail facility for the Wayne County. Following the public hearing, the Board of Commissioners may choose to act on this matter. I'm not sure, do you have any appointment committee? Do you have appointment committee? Then on to unfinished business, we have a presentation on the financing options for the jail expansion project by Davenport. You had asked for some additional terms to be just looked into, and he's back with those. Then under the consent agenda, we just have budget amendments, and I'll turn that over to Allison.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
We got a public hearing at 9:15, and then it says we could take some action, but yet later on in the agenda, we're having the presentation on the financing.
You can wait to take action on the public hearing after you hear the unfinished
Right.
business.
So
Yes, sir.
I would advise that we do that as a
Yeah.
presentation. Okay.
Well, my iPad's useless this morning because my password's not correct.
Okay. Your first budget amendment is for the library. They are anticipating and appropriating $9,624. These are for additional funds received in state aid. This is a one-time increase. You have a budget amendment from the Board of Elections totaling $5,010.69. This is a reallocation within the Board of Elections budget, and this is to cover the cost for temporary health services for the November 8th election cycle. Your next budget amendment is for the Soil and Water Department, totaling $329,906.50. And this is to anticipate and appropriate a grant from the Department of Ag. This is for the Langston Farmland Preservation Grant. These grants are passed through us. We do have to help administer them, but they are from the state. They do not require county funds. Your next budget amendment is for the Health Department for $5,625, requesting to reallocate from salaries and wages to bonus pay. This is to allow for bonus pay to be paid out to 2 positions, one that was due a bonus in July and the other for one that was just hired. So this had to do with some staff turnover. Your next budget amendment is for the library for $5,000. They've received additional funds in their Raising a Reader grant and are appropriating it to their part-time help and fringes. Okay, you have a budget amendment it says from finance. It's pretty lengthy. It totals $23,330.48. These are funds for the wellness incentives to be paid out to our employees that met the criteria. When Mark III renegotiated our contract with Blue Cross does provide up to $25,000 for 3 years to cover that wellness incentive. And so as you can see, we didn't quite reach the 25, but we're anticipating that revenue and appropriating it to the departments where the employees met that criteria. Okay, you have a budget amendment from WCDA totaling $15,000. We are requesting to reallocate these funds from contingency to the economic development appropriation line item, and this is for a one-time appropriation to WCDA. And then finally, you have a budget amendment from EMS totaling $60,153. This is transferring funds from the capital project fund. It's actually ARP monies that they did not spend the entire amount that the board approved for Stryker stretchers. They actually were able to still get the number they wanted, but they had some funds left over and are requesting the ARP monies be used for safety vests for the EMS employees. And this is an eligible expenditure for the ARP funds, but because it is a different type of expenditure, we did request they receive board approval. Okay, and that's all I have for you.
Thanks, Allison. And then we go into county manager's report, and then Board of Commissioners committee reports and comments. And then we go into closed session, and we do have an item for closed session, and then we adjourn.
Okay.
Madam Chair, can we go into closed session now?
Yes.
For the purpose of discussing matters with your attorney to preserve attorney-client privilege.
So moved.
Go ahead. Here a second. Raise your right hand.